Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 6 of Europa Universalis IV as Venice. At the end of the last video I was preparing to go to war with Bosnia and Serbia, but I've been holding off a little bit because we have a mission to recover manpower, which I'm starting to think I may not want to wait to happen. The problem with doing that, of course, is it takes quite a long time, and in the meantime the Ottomans may decide to attack Serbia. They often do. They're not currently in any wars at the moment, so we've got to really be careful there. One problem that will most likely fire is that once I actually attack Serbia and Bosnia, if I weaken Serbia, the Ottomans will probably attack. So what I'm kind of thinking about doing, although it wasn't the original plan, because my original plan was to try and take some of this land from Bosnia, what I might actually do is try, if possible, to take Zeta and Kosovo, both of which that I have claims on, but also take Nis and Serbia. If I can do that, then it completely isolates the Ottomans from having a border with Serbia, which will make it a lot harder for the Ottomans to declare on them. They haven't actually got any claims fabricated on them yet, which is good for us. They do have a claim over here on Hungary, which is quite nice, but I would like to be able to try and take all of this land that is Bosnia and Serbia's for my own without the Ottomans taking it. Another thing that I was thinking about doing that I've just realised I can't, because obviously this had happened without me realising. One of the plans would have been to fabricate a claim on something like Muria when it belonged to Byzantium, which would have allowed me to declare war on Byzantium and take Constantinople for myself. Unfortunately, I can't do that now because the Ottomans have already taken that, so there's that out of the window. The other possibility here, of course, is fabricating some claims over here on Naples, which is not a bad idea. Naples is still in a personal union with Aragon, but we are allied with Castile, and Castile are allied to Aragon, so more than likely, if I were to declare war on Naples, which I know I don't have a CB at the moment, Castile wouldn't even come in on the promise of land, which is quite interesting. And we'd also be fighting against Ferrara and Austria, which is not great. So maybe we will be leaving Naples alone for a little while. By 1490-ish, the rest of the provinces in northern Italy should come out of the HRE with any luck. So it should make those easier to take. We do have Mantua down here. Mantua are, unfortunately, they are... they don't like as much. We could try and improve relations with them. Demoted the Pope and raised... Yeah, we've got that negative modifier. We could probably get that back, though. They are part of the HRE, but we'll see what happens. My main concern at the moment is dealing here with Bosnia and Serbia. Now, I'm already at the force limit, but I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get a couple of mercenary units just to make sure that I really am well equipped to deal with this fight. I'd sooner pay a little bit of extra money now and go over the force limit to deal with this than end up losing men and having to get a load of mercenaries to win the fight. So let's make sure we're going to actually win the fight properly. I will still co-belligerize both of them because they're only allied with each other, so there's no reason for me to worry about anybody else. We do still have some provincial unrest in Albania and Cyprus. Cyprus is almost non-existent. Why do we have so... we got a little bit of attrition going on here. Do we have a leader assigned? We do not. You don't have any maneuver, so you're not really going to help with that. Let's try and get a general if we can. He might have some maneuver. He does. That's all he has. Well, we can put him in charge. Just for now, it'll get rid of that attrition. So, let's have a quick look. Why do we have so much here? We are doing a religious conversion, which is not particularly quick, but there again, the faction is not likely to pop at any time soon. We are also annexing a vassal. I think we are making some progress. Yeah, it's slow, but it's getting there. Do we have both of these soldiers already? Do we have both of the mercs? We do. Wow, that was quick. So 25 soldiers. We are, well, 27. We are over our force limit. We're not going to get that quest, that mission. So we're just going to go and, well, do what we can, really. So what is the supply limit all over here? 21. Supply limit's quite bad, so we will be taking quite a bit of attrition, but we need to deal with their armies. We can split them up once we get over there. What general do I want in charge? Do I want the general who has the 3 maneuver? Or do I think we want the general who has the siege and the shock value, to be honest. So we will take some attrition. We're going to go and declare our war. We do have a CB. We'll co-belligerize Bosnia. We want to take Zeta. So we are going to... Yeah, we failed our mission, as expected. We're going to move straight into Zeta, because it is mountains, and it's a good place to defend. We are going to take our galleys, and we are going to come out here and blockade. What do they have there? 1 galley and all the rest are transports, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, most of these places don't actually have any... right, they're going to go and try and siege Dalmatia. That's fine. Does have a fort there, so if we can actually get there... The problem is, I don't know if we can actually sort of sneak past. If we can take their armies out individually, we might be able to do this. Can we get to there? Yes, we can. Now, it's in grasslands, so it's a good place to engage. I don't know where Serbia's army are. Well, that is Serbia's army. Bosnia's army is trying to siege back their capital. So we might be able to get some good battles done here and clear them out. Their navy is getting wrecked. Their navy has been sunk. Inflation for Diplo? Yeah, sure. Why not? We've already got the war goal, so we are getting ticking war score. We could just go... Well, let's go over here and see where they're heading to, actually. They're probably heading to Nis. So might be able... Oh, no, they're actually heading to Kosovo. So we should be able to get a stack wipe over here. Quarantined influenza. Well, we'll quarantine the port. So we are taking some losses due to attrition, which is not helping our manpower. I'll be much happier once we've actually dealt with their army. If we can get rid of their army, then I'll feel more confident in splitting my army up a little bit. There we go. We have stack wipe. Then we'll detach a siege, move into Nis. And we'll detach a siege and move into Serbia. And then we'll move these guys all up here. They're still unsieging. These sieges will be done very soon. This is going to be a relatively quick war, hopefully. So you're going to move into there. You can also move into there. Lose 10 Republican tradition for a fair bit of money, or lose a stability. But I'd prefer not to lose either. But it's better to lose a stability than it is to lose Republican tradition. Who is our current leader? He's a 565. He is 55. I'd like to elect him again. So we'll lose the stability. We'll instantly go and buy it back up. Now, these guys have managed to unsiege their capital. So, they're going to go and try and siege Dalmatia. We'll recall our diplomat from Castile. Let's go and use these guys to start sieging some of these provinces. We should siege this province out before these guys get sieged. In fact, while we've got you... Well, I should have assigned the leader to you, actually. Never mind, we'll wait until this is flipped. We'll assign our leader. Hopefully we'll take Serbia before these guys get the opportunity to take Dalmatia. But we can engage them in grasslands nice and easily. We've almost got Serbia 100% sieged right now. Gain an inflation or lose 10 global trade power for 10 years. What is our inflation looking like at the moment? It's not terrible, so we'll take the inflation. Can always buy that down. So the good thing about being a merchant republic is that our leader is very good. So we gain quite a lot of points quite quickly. Okay, we've got that. Let's now assign you the other leader. We should have enough men here to siege their capital, actually. And they've got one more fort over here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to full annex them. I might consider even vassalizing them if that's possible. Might vassalize Serbia. Because that really does make it difficult for the Ottomans to expand over here. I would have liked to have taken some stuff from Bosnia as well. I do have claims on these two provinces, but I do have to be quite careful with any potential coalition. What have we got here? Military tech. We are ahead of the time. We don't really need to take that military tech right away, so we're just going to sit on that for a little while. We're not anywhere near the cap, so we'll wait until next year. We're still making money despite being over the force limit. We can pick a new mission, actually. Improve our prestige, which is going to be quite difficult, but we might do it. Conquer Leica, I'd love to. Rival of our rival. I have no idea who they are. Let's go ahead and try and do this one first, see if we can get the improved prestige. It's probably going to be difficult to get our prestige to 50 out of one war, but we'll see what we can do. Did we get a disease outbreak there? Yes, we did. That's why we suddenly lost some men. Not really an awful lot that this guy can do now. We're not blockading any ports, really. We could theoretically just dock back up again, but I think they're fine where they are. 7% chance that we're going to take Serbia on the next siege tick. If we do end up taking Serbia, I will just march straight down there and go and kick their army around a little bit. We didn't get it. Unfortunately, we got another disease outbreak, which I feel was quite bad luck. You watch the AI get up to... We don't even have a wall breach here. I mean, I guess we don't have any cannons, but we do have a siege general. What have they got on their general? They've got no siege, but they've already got a wall breach. Awesome. What do we grab here? The next trade idea for an extra merchant. What do we like in terms of tech? We're still ahead of time. We will need some Diplo, but I think we've got enough to get the merchant right now. We'll get the Diplo back. So where do we want to put that merchant? So we have 3 merchants at the moment. We've got 1 steering from here into Venice. We've got 1 steering from here into Venice. We could do with 1 here, really. So let's transfer trade power, and then you can steer into Venice as well. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more coming out of there. That's the plan. 14% chance that we're going to take Serbia. They're up to a 0% chance. We've almost taken their capital. They're probably not going to break their siege. Defenders desert, 28% chance. Still can't believe we don't have a breach here. They're at 0. They're up to 14. You watch them take Dalmatia. Almost guaranteed to happen. You guys can move up there into Hum. Hum is in the mountains. If they want to break off and go and attack you, let them. We've won the siege of Serbia. So, let us get... Right, it's saying we can't get over there because of some sort of stupid... because it would be trying to move past Bosnia, that's the problem. It looks like our leader has actually died here. Which is a shame. So, who do we want to hire? I mean, he was pretty even all across the board. We do have a diplomatic idea group. So, it might be nice to go Diplo. We're kind of ahead of time in everything. Yeah, we've got a Diplo idea group. I think we go for a diplomatic candidate. Unfortunately, that does mean that we have now lost our good general. We could roll our new leader into a general and see what he's like. He's not bad. He doesn't have any siege, but he is a 2-2-1, so that's okay. So hopefully we'll be able to dive on these guys before they win the siege. It should be a battle that we can win. We've got that province. Let's go and start grabbing that one. I'm not watching the fight there, but to be honest, we're doing so well. Didn't get a stat wipe, but we're actually about to run into them over there. And we have actually stat wiped them. These guys can move into Bosnia, and then once Bosnia is sieged out, it's 100% war score. We're actually already at 99% war score, but the more we take, the better things are going to be. I think what we can also do now, we don't need to worry about their armies. We are going to detach the mercenaries and can't disband them there. Let's bring them into friendly territory. So we'll disband our mercenaries. You guys can come back down here to Albania. They both want to peace out. Don't want to accept that just yet. Let's wait until we've actually managed to get Bosnia. Put some troops over here because there is still the possibility of an uprising, even though we've almost done the conversion, so I'm not too worried about that. So we get these guys back over here. Group them up. Got oh no, we don't. We want the mercenaries to go. Go away, mercenaries. There we go. That'll save us a fair bit of money. Now then, how quickly are we going to get this siege? Looks like a long time. Well, okay, let's go ahead and see what we could get if we wanted to. If I wanted to take these provinces, we've got enough war score to do it. 32% overextension we could deal with. We wouldn't be looking at any coalitions. If we took Hum, still not looking at a coalition. If we took this one, still not quite enough for a coalition. I think that's what I want to take. Again, we're trying to connect to Parlament. We could also try and take that and connect up Dalmatia, but that will give us a coalition with Serbia. Although Serbia, I don't really care about because they're only going to have a single province. 50% overextension, 72% war score. We could get war reps out of that as well, along with quite a bit of money. So it cost us 72 Diplo. Can't quite afford it just yet. Only Serbia would be entering the coalition. I think we wait a few more months until we've got some diplomatic power, and then we can go for that peace deal. We'll take most of Serbia, apart from one province. They're not going to be able to do anything with that. It does mean it'll severely slow us down for the rest of the... Well, not for the rest of the game, but we'll have to sort of slow things down a little bit and play a bit more diplomatically. But it's a good chunk of land for Venice to be able to take right near the start, and it does kind of block the Ottomans off. This is one of the things you have to consider with Venice, is Venice isn't weak, but at the same time they're surrounded by a lot of strong powers, and the only real way for Venice to expand is to pick on some of the smaller nations that border them. But the problem is, those smaller nations that border them, like Albania, also border the Ottomans. And the Ottomans very much like to grab these provinces as quickly as they can. So it makes a lot of sense to try and get them before the Ottomans do. We are paying to maintain these forts, I do realise that. Again, we can afford it. We're actually making decent bank right now. We can afford the military tech. Let's go ahead and take that, actually. Be nice if we had a little bit more manpower. I'm just saving up for the Diplo, which I now have. You would still be willing to take that peace deal. You actually now have a little bit more money. So let's just double check this. We would gain 14.5 prestige, which unfortunately isn't enough to complete our mission. It'll cost us 72 Diplo. We'll get 32 aggressive expansion, which is between 1 and 54 with 92 countries. But the only one that might consider joining the coalition is Serbia. Serbia aren't going to exist. And we'll have 50% overextension, which I think we can deal with. So let's go ahead and send those demands. There we go. We're definitely going to want to keep our armies over here because any chance of any unrest we get is going to be over here. We're going to want to core as much stuff as possible. We'll go by whatever has the most overextension. Can't quite afford to core the last two, but that is fine. Let's go ahead and get these ships docked back up. Now, we don't have Bosnia. They've got rid of their fort because they can't afford to keep it anymore. Having this fort here is probably not a bad idea. It's next to Serbia, to Bosnia. Well, yeah, it's next to Serbia. I actually believe lose 10 prestige or national unrest. We'll lose the prestige. I actually believe that their province here is they're all going to be affected by this fort, so it might be well worth leaving that there. We'll go ahead and cancel that mission. It's a pretty stupid mission, actually, the improved prestige one. It's almost impossible to achieve these days. Don't like that at all. Such a shame that we lost our leader, but that's one of those things. We are going to take the leader here, and that's actually our general. That is our leader. We want you unassigned, because we don't want you dying in combat. So we've took a good chunk of land now. We've got some decent money in the bank. Could go ahead and build a few more buildings. Anywhere worth building another temple? 0.23. It's actually quite high. It'll pay for itself. Not an awful lot of high development areas here. Dalmatia, we could go ahead and get another one of these. Let's go and do that. So we still haven't got our land connected up yet. We'd need to take Gors from Austria. And we'd also need to take Laika from Hungary. Now, that is the plan at some point, but it is going to be a little bit tricky. Our problem is, at the moment, Aragon, because they are allied with France and Austria. If they lost one or the other, if they lost Austria, that'd be good. Austria are no longer in a Regency Council, which means they'll be declaring war on everybody and blobbing out as soon as possible. It's normally what they do. Hungary is allied with Austria, Mantua, Siena. So it is going to be quite difficult picking on some of these. We are still integrating Corfu. Uses 0 diplomatic power each month. Diplomatic reputation is now -4. So we're not actually progressing with that anymore. Where did we get that other one? Oh, it's from the overextension. We need to get rid of that overextension. When does the annexed subjects go away? June of 69, not too far. I don't want to abandon it because we're already 75% of the way through. Let's go and have a look and see who hates us. Hungary hates us. The Ottomans hate us. Papal State hates us. Let's go and try and improve relations with Hungary if we can. Oh, they have actually rivaled us. Okay, then maybe not. Didn't realise that they were rivaled. Papal State has rivaled us. What about these guys over here? Wallachia. Let's go and improve relations with them. They are next door. We have finally done that conversion. Let's keep some more going. Still a few Orthodox provinces. 30% on Orthodox zealots. Might wait for that to go away. The unrest isn't helping. Austria's declared war on a free city. Hardly a surprise. So I've got most of my army down here next to my transport ships. So that's fine. Because we might need to go and put down some potential rebellions. But we do want to try and get these conversions done as quickly as possible. We probably don't have all that... 86% religious unity is not all that bad. Question is, are we actually going to switch over to Protestant? I guess a lot of that comes down to who remains Protestant in this game, or who remains Catholic and who switches to Protestant. We are losing papal influence each month, I believe. Yeah, so papal influence, the papacy is kind of hopeless for us at the moment. And we could fabricate on the Papal State. The Papal State, again, is allied with Austria, which doesn't help. And then anybody else around here is going to be in the HRE, which means attacking them is automatically going to bring Austria in, because we are outside of the HRE. I don't think we can become part of the HRE. Interesting if we can. I think we're a little bit too big to do it now. Yeah, we're too large to join the Empire, as expected, really. We can go ahead and get some more of these cores queued up. But that is probably a good place to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. We've done some good work there. We've really expanded Venice. We've taken a good chunk of land. We just need to make sure we fend off any potential attackers and try and have a look around and see what we can take. We might have to go and see if we can do something down here in Africa. Maybe we can sort of cut off the Mamluks a little bit. Not too sure yet. We'll have to consider that one. We've also, what have we got down here as well? This belongs to Genoa. Are Genoa actually part of the HRE? They are part of the HRE. So if I were to go and attack here, it would bring in Austria, which is a shame. Oh well, we'll work out what we're going to do on the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. And until then, goodbye for now.